teach y'all how to make the perfect cupcake. I like to think that I know how to make the perfect cupcake, but we'll see if I can teach you guys. First step in making the perfect cupcake is choosing what flavor you want. So for today's purpose, I chose my favorite, which is chocolate with peanut butter frosting. So after you choose which flavor you want, you have to make the batter. For the chocolate cake, you need 2 eggs, 1 cup of flour, 1.5 cups of sugar, and to make them really chocolatey, you either add 1 cup of milk or 1 cup of hot water, because hot water makes it taste more chocolatey than regular water. You need at least 1 cup of cocoa, but it kind of depends on how chocolatey you want them. And a little tip to make them more moist is to use butter instead of oil. You also will need 1/2 tablespoon of vanilla and just a pinch of salt. According to Wilton, who is the cake expert and knows anything and everything there is about cake, you need to fill the cupcake liner 1/4 of a cup full to make it the perfect size cupcake. So after you fill your cupcake liner 1/4 of the way full, you will bake at 350 degrees. And it usually says in the instructions to bake for about 15 to 20 minutes, but I found for my cupcakes, I like to bake them for about 18, and that's about perfect for me. While I let the cupcakes bake, I like to make the frosting, because frosting is what makes the cupcake the best part, and it gives you something to do while your cupcakes are making. For the peanut butter frosting, you need 1 package of cream cheese, 4 cups of powdered sugar, 2 tablespoons of milk, and a stick of melted butter. And the most important part of the frosting is the peanut butter. You normally add 1 cup to 1.5 cups, but I just add it until it tastes good to me, because that's what my main priority is to make it taste good. So after you mix all those ingredients together, it'll become a thick frosting-like texture, and once it's thick enough, you can set that to the side. But don't forget about your cupcakes, because a lot of times while I make the frosting, cupcakes are in the oven burning, so you always need to set a timer. But to check to check your cupcakes, you stick a toothpick in the middle, and if it comes out with nothing on it, they're done. But if you stick it in there and gooey or crumbs come out, then your cupcakes still need to bake a little longer. And instead of adjusting the temperature on the oven, just make sure you add more time, because I found out the hard way, adjusting the temperature to an oven is a good way to burn your cupcakes. After the toothpick comes out with nothing on it, you need to let the cupcakes cool, because if you frost them and they're still warm, it'll just be a runny mess, and they won't look pretty, but they're still edible. After you let them cool for about 20 minutes, it's time to frost them. My favorite tip to use is the 845. It makes a really pretty ice cream looking swirl on top. And once you have it in a piping bag with the tip that you want, you will make a circular motion with your hand around the outside of the cupcake, going up to look like a swirl on an ice cream cone. Once I have all the cupcakes frosted, I like to grab my chocolate shavings that I have set aside, usually in the freezer so they don't melt. I sprinkle the tops of them because it makes them look really pretty and more professional. After they are sprinkled, they are ready to eat, and you will get to enjoy your perfect cupcake.